Hi Leos, how are you? This is Shooting Stars Tarot. Welcome to your September love and general reading. I am doing extendeds this month, so that link is below. I hope you've enjoyed my dailies. I need to be more consistent with them. Leos. We are now out of Leo season. How was the shift? How was the shift? Leave your comments below. What are the realizations that you've had during Leo season, and where are you going to be focusing or refocusing your energy this September now that we're in Virgo season? All right. What does that look like for you? What does that feel like for you? I love that we go directly from a fire sign, Leo fire sign, into Virgo season, because there's a major grounding effect that takes place. And we don't like it that much, do we? I'm going to take these. Let's do it. We don't like that much, but it gets us where we need to be. Underlying energy, similar for Aries, right? Slowing down, more calculated, benefit-driven action, all right? I love this card in this deck because, and I've talked about this a lot before, but it has to do with he's not at the top of the mountain. You can see. You can see he has more to climb, but he he's reached a vantage point. So he's enjoying where he has gotten himself, but realizing that there's more to climb, there's more to do, there's more to go. But accepting that by putting one foot in front of the other, possibly, you know, trials, tribulations, reaching a point where he can be proud of where he is, but it's also launching him to the next step. That's why it has to do with action, calculated action, slow action. What's next? Okay. And while he's sitting there on this mountain, in this mountain, overlooking the view, it becomes very empowering. So fire signs tend to, I'll talk about this in a second, get a lot of energy from, no, fire signs traditionally are very extroverted. You, Leo, are very extroverted. But there comes a time, it's wavy, right? It ebb and flow. But there's always these points where we realize that we are our own source of energy. So how much energy are you giving out? How much are you giving away your power? And you're very good, Leos, at not giving away your power. And sometimes sitting in silence with your thoughts can be extremely empowering for you. That's where you get your motivation. So you like to get your motivation, you get excited, you get motivated, you get plans in your mind, and there's this like rumbling in your stomach, in your sacral chakra, and in your solar plexus, and then you go out and you kind of test it, talk about it with people and get feedback, because you're very people-oriented from a growth aspect. So you've been in this place, and it is empowering for you. So now you have these new plans, these new energies. You know, we just got through with the first of your solar year. So we have this newfound energy, this newfound plan, this newfound empire that you're wanting to build in your life, right? In your external life. But this time around, as we enter into Virgo season for you, it comes from a place of understanding what got us there in the first place. Understanding where this shift and the need for this shift came from. Maybe your barriers were up too much. And so, with this laying down of the Ten of Wands, okay, ending that phase of kind of jumping around to and fro, accepting things, doing things, going here and there, okay, giving away your power. That's why I said that, because of this card. There's this realization of where that needs to stop. And it becomes a more internal process for you. Because ultimately, all of this running around was beneficial on many levels. But now it needs to be honed in a little bit more. That's why we have the Emperor here. That's why we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Hermit, the Six of Swords. Okay? You are now in a place where you are stronger, wiser, more learning where your efficiencies need to be honed in. And so you're taking all of these things that you've learned and experienced, and you're keeping them to yourself. You're keeping them to yourself, and again, with that solar plexus energy, you're using that to build energy within yourself so you can move to the next phase with excitement, with love, with wisdom, in your way. This is your card. Okay. But this amplifies it. This gives it more meaning, more depth, more purpose. So this isn't just like moving quickly to a new relationship or changing jobs and like, oh, well, we'll see what happens. Let's just go. It's like, no, there's been this long period of analysis. Okay. Could be about love, lost love, okay, emotional lack of emotional temperament. But I think that through this Leo season, you already have known where the shift needs to take place. You've been feeling it. You've been developing this energy, and now you're ready to go. You're ready to really own it. And then you're making this decision. Now, don't make this decision in haste, Leos. I don't think you are. This says that you're not. Now, you could have an earth sign in your realm that's doing this, but I don't want to talk about it at that lower level. I want to talk about it in terms of your energy. So, with this Five of Wands reversed and this Knight of Wands, you're definitely being very open. And I think what the purpose of this reading in this month for you Leos is, yes, be open and don't second guess yourself, but be a little cautious about how you're entering a room per se. Okay, how you're entering in this decision that you make, how you enter into this new phase. It doesn't have to be all about you and what you're doing. And don't take offense to that. All right, I think you know what I'm talking about when I say that. It's not this energy of getting everybody to, how I'm saying this is so offensive, and I'm not meaning it that way at all. This grounding effect here is telling you and kind of suggesting to you that this new phase doesn't have to be this big show. It has to do with, if you're wanting to level up and get to a new phase, which you are, but it's going to be a slower transition, because I think this is you realizing that you're planting one seed in a new direction. And you don't go from 1 Pentacles to 3 overnight. It takes time. So that's why we have the 2 of Pentacles. There's this, and it's not here, but theoretically speaking, when you look at the progression of these cards, of all the tarot cards, you don't go from 1 to 3. There's 2, and there's a time of imbalance and readjustment and being unsure if we're getting the right accolades, if we're getting the right type of recognition. And then we feel like, okay, now I'm more solid in that. Now I can level up to get the 3rd Pentacle. So I think part of this realization is I think this is a realization that historically this is what you've been doing. And now you want to ground it, slow it down, hone it in. So you're planting a new seed here with this beginning. And again, I think you're keeping this to yourself. I think there's understanding of this showmanship and muting it a little bit because you're just starting a new phase. Is it going to be a very good phase? Stabilizing? Lucrative? Yes. But it's going to take time. It's not happening overnight. All right. That's why these two cards here are so important, because this Emperor is a wiser version of the King of Wands. That's why I think there's a Knight of Wands here. I think there's this recognition of where I don't like to use the word mistakes, but where the hiccups have happened in the past and your role in that. And so there's a maturing effect taking place in whatever you're talking about or asking about right now in your life. There's a deeper understanding of what needs to be built and how it needs to be built. All right, I'm going to pull some outcome cards, and then in the extended, I'm going to pull some high-level spiritual cards and an oracle card, and then we'll pull a lot of clarifiers on these cards. All right, Spirit of the Universe, what are the messages, outcome, advice, and guidance for Leos during this Virgo season? What are the outcome messages and high-level advice and guidance for Leos during this Virgo season as they make this shift into a new phase? Off the top of the deck, one more. Very, very, very prominent realization. And it's not going to feel like an easy shift. In fact, it's going to really bother you. And you're going to feel these urges to take the easy way, to curve and manipulate and mold a situation. But ultimately you're not going to do that, because here you're having an internal battle about it. Right? It's like, there is a more solid, slow, purposeful way to do it. So I think this strength here facing the Magician, they're facing each other, and there's mental paralysis, thought paralysis about it, because I think you're going to want these answers to come quicker. You're going to want them to be clearer. You're going to want this recognition faster, sooner. But when you're starting with the Ace of Pentacles and the Fool card, there is a whole new phase. There is a transformation. And part of these cards here, these Hermit and the Knight of Pentacles, is telling you, and the Emperor is definitely telling you, Leos, that this strength, controlling your inner beast to do this, even though you don't have the exact direction yet, I think there's a great deal of awareness that you have this month. It bothers you. It's not going to be comfortable, but you're going to be slowing down, because you can't jump from an Ace of Pentacles to a Three of Pentacles. You're going to feel that in your solar plexus, in your sacral chakra, in your root chakra. You're going to feel that this slowing down, that this ownership, this accountability needs to take place. You get a great deal of strength from it, but it also has to do with controlling our inner beast to manipulate a situation so we can get quicker results, because we don't have the direct pathway yet. All right, Leos, I love you. I'm going to get into the extended now. That link's below. I'll see you in my dailies, and the X spreads are also coming up. All right, I love you. Bye.